A believe it or not segment up next, Gary. So what is this? These are up to week 4. We do not have the week 5 stats. We did not have time to update the current rankings. These are week 4 rankings based on their point totals in the
Mhm.
Courtney Bowl point system, such as Russell Wilson was the number 8 QB, top 10 QB with 101 points. So, do you
It just
believe it
shows
or
you.
not? Are you going to keep
I don't.
starting him or are you going to keep him on the bench?
No, he's definitely going to be on the bench. I mean, it just shows that how much of a drop off some of the other bigger QBs have had that he's in the top 10 because the Denver Broncos are bad. It's a
Yeah,
bad
they
team.
are terrible.
Bad team. And he's bad. He's cooked now. Russell is cooked. I mean, we thought last year was teething issues and whatever else. It's just a bad team. How was he in a top 10? And then you think, well, hang on, Burrow's been injured. A couple of guys really haven't fired yet and whatever else. So yeah, I'm shocked that he's that high, but I don't imagine he'll definitely. No way in the world will he stay in the top 10 after another couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think that.
If you can sell high on Wilson now, if somebody
Yeah,
wants to take him off you,
yeah.
right?
He was showing his decline the last 2 seasons in Seattle, which as a
Yeah.
Niners
Seattle
fan,
got Seattle.
you were seeing.
Oh, I'm so glad that he's out of the division. He used to torch us all the time. But Seattle fleeced Denver at absolutely the best time to trade him. And
And
what a trade. That trade just gets better and better for Seattle every year. And it's so painful to watch because
yes,
they've restocked, they've restacked, and they're building a great team in Seattle off of the back of they fleecing Denver. And they must be laughing all the way to Denver can't be laughing all the way to the bank because they then extended his massive contract with a huge deal. And it's like, why did you do that when you have, and then go and get Sean Payton, who doesn't want Russell Wilson as his QB? So there's something brewing in Denver that's going to go horribly wrong soon enough. And I cannot wait to see it.
but they're stuck with Wilson. He
Yeah,
signed what, that 5-year
guaranteed
deal
for like
or
270 or something. Yeah,
80
it's like,
million guaranteed or something like that. I don't know if Johnny can look that up and put that in the chat box, but that was amazing. And
yeah.
the thing is, Russell Wilson was probably a guaranteed Hall of Fame quarterback if he stayed with the Seahawks.
Hmm.
And he wanted to be the focal point. He wanted to cook. He wanted to be Danger Wilson, right? And
Hmm.
he wanted out. He forced his way out. And that trade probably is going to keep him out of the Hall of Fame. Geno is doing that all by, I mean,
Mm,
Geno's looking like the Hall of Fame quarterback right now. It's the system in Seattle, I guess.
yeah. I mean, it was interesting to see when, Seattle finally got rid of Russell Wilson, and the first thing they do in the draft is take 2 offensive linemen, whereas for 10 years they hadn't even bothered to get anybody to protect him. It was almost like a slap in the face. But yeah, I know Geno Smith getting comeback player of the year still irks me from last year, to be honest. But he only came back from being just not very good anywhere else. So what did he come back from?
So Russell Wilson had 23 points this week, and he's still number 8. So yeah,
It was against the Bears, though, right?
it was against the Bears. All
So
right,
you got to temper that a little bit.
all right. Who do we have next? Believe it or not, is who we got? Justin Fields. Well, actually, I think after this week, he's gone up. Let's see, what rank is he
Yeah,
now? As of now, he is
I
the
think
number 3
he's
quarterback
jumped.
in the
Yeah,
Orkney Bowl.
and he's got a good set of games coming up where he can start to go back to that sort of scoring a lot. I think I saw something on Twitter that he's actually outscoring his 2022 projection at the moment. So even though the Bears are a bad team, and they are bad. I mean, they lost to Denver.
Yeah,
Did they lose? Yeah, no, they somehow managed to beat Denver. Didn't Denver manage to self implode again?
I
I can't remember, but either way, both two of those are bad teams with QBs that are scoring well beyond what you expect them to be.
it could be a repeat of last year. Fields started slowly. People thought he was done. He's going to be a backup, by the end of the year. and then he finished the season on fire. And he
Hmm.
could just now be heating up. But I had predicted, I think, in week 1 that Justin Fields would be a backup by 2025. So
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it, but I think
Mm-mm. I just saw what Johnny just put on the track around the bottom there. Is a dead cap value of $107 million on Russell Wilson
oh
for
my
2023.
gosh.
So they, as you say, they're absolutely stuck with him. There's no way anyone's going to take that contract off their hands. So
No,
wow,
no.
how do we feel about Fields? I mean, he's a great athlete. He's a great athlete in a very bad team.
Uh, so you would stay away from Fields, or you would start him?
No, I'd still take him. I'd still take him because he's going to score your points because he's got no Chicago got nothing else. They're going to get to the stage like it was at the end of last year where it was like, Justin, you're just going to have to put it on your own shoulders and you know run with it, do whatever it is you can to kind of. And it was interesting because I thought the Bears did uplift their offense this year for him, get a few sort of more playmakers in, but that it sounds to me like it's a organization that's just one bad mauling or one bad injury away from self implosion. The whole press conference last week, whenever it was, when Justin was like, "Well, the reason I'm playing the way I am is coaching." The defensive coordinator then leaves. It's like,
For what reason? No one knows.
no one really knows. It's
Oh,
like,
really?
oh,
I
there's
think
some.
we know. I think we know.
I think we know, but it's just like you're the fall guy. But yeah, it just seems to me like
Well,
that
no.
all they
The
need is.
FBI raided his house.
Did they though?
Yes.
Was that rumored? Was that I thought that was unfounded, and I thought that got blown out.
I thought it actually happened,
Oh,
but I keep waiting. Yeah. Apparently,
it's
they
one of
went
those.
to Chicago headquarters as well. But that's something that Chicago keeps saying no comment about. So
When they don't comment, then you think there's got to be smoke.
there's got to
No
be
smoke without
something
fire,
going
or
on
something,
there,
right? Yep.
right? Yeah. Uh, you know, right now I would probably go with Fields, even though earlier this season I said no, that you got to go with the hot hand, as you said.
Yeah.
Kyron Williams, I have him on several teams, probably at least a good 25, 30%, which is a high number. I've
Hmm.
got 30 teams. So I got about 10
Yeah.
shares of him, at least. Prior to this week, he was the number 3 running back, right? Let's see where he is right now. Let's see.
It's probably not dropped too much, right?
Let's see. Kyron Williams. He is the number 5 running back. So you got some hot sauce on him there. I know how much you like hot sauce. Put some hot sauce in Williams. Put him out there and let him.
Get him out there. You've got to, right? You've got to let him run because the inevitable divorce that happened from Cam Akers had to get out of LA after last year. Somehow they managed to reintegrate him for the playoff run and whatever else, but it was never a long term fix and never going to work. And then literally shipped him out for peanuts to Minnesota, which is
Oh
a
yeah,
weird trade in itself because
can't make
Minnesota aren't even running the ball. What? He's done, right? He's done. But yeah, so this is a great one to pick and great one to have in your stable. Sometimes the Rams are better than I thought they would be this year. Quite
I
frankly,
have them
I
as
think
a
they surprised
playoff
a
team.
few people.
I'm wavering. They're in a tough division.
I don't think they're good enough to make the playoffs. I think us and the Seahawks will come out of our division, and then I don't know the rest of the NFC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
the Rams have got a
yeah,
chance. They've got a
the
chance of getting that wild card.
Falcons. You got uh, shoot. Now
The Buccaneers,
the
even the
Buccaneers are
Buccaneers under
definitely I had the
under
Falcons
Mayfield.
winning that division.
I did too, but then Mayfield's turned up and did Baker
Yeah.
things, and
So I was
it's an
thinking the
interesting.
extra playoff team was going to be coming out of the NFC West. I did not have, I had the Cowboys and the Eagles out of the East.
Eagles.
One team out of the North, and then
Only one.
team
I would have thought. Yeah, I thought Minnesota and Detroit would have come out of the North.
Minnesota, man.
But Minnesota, they've regressed from their.
Well,
they were so lucky last year with how many wins they got by the odd
one score wins,
field
right?
goal.
I think they were
Yeah.
5-0
Now,
in the first 6 weeks with one score
yeah.
victories, and this year they're 0-5 in the first 5 weeks. There's like
Yeah.
0-4 or something. Nico Collins.
Something like
I
that.
know that I have a few friends in a few leagues that are really high on Nico right now, giving up some big name players to get Nico.
Mhm.
How you feeling about Nico? Believe it or not, is he here for real, or is it time for to put him back on the bench?
Oh no, I think Stroud's airing it out. I think I caught some red zone yesterday when they were on, and it was he's putting it 300 yards plus a game. They're not necessarily winning. Wait, am I getting them right? Am I getting Stroud and Young mixed up? I can't remember now.
Stroud is
This is
the
terrible.
Houston guy. Yeah, he's the
Right. Okay.
300 yard.
So he's the one who's
Right now, Nico is
so
number 11. By the way, number 11.
yeah.
Uh,
I got
wide
a feeling that
not running back, but yeah.
yeah. I mean, he's head and shoulders above any other wide receiver they've got there in Houston. But I've got a
Dell's not
feeling that
bad.
Tank Dell's starting to come in and start to be taking that slot. So I would sell Nico if you've got him because he's quite high now, and I think I would sell him and try and see if you can maybe swap him for Dell because I think Dell's going to come through
In the
and see
long
what you
term.
can get. Yeah,
So in a dynasty, you would go with Dell over Nico.
yeah.
Perhaps in the Orkney Bowl, you'd stick with Collins over Dell.
I might just dangle him out there and see if you get any bites. To
Yeah,
be
this
honest.
would be a good guy to get a running back for if
Yeah,
One Kicks
if he,
has.
if Huey kicks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Johnny just said that
Oh,
Tank Dell got injured. Yeah, I was thinking
I think he got
exactly
bang.
the
Got
same thing,
concussion or
but
something,
I
didn't he?
didn't know
Was it
how
a?
bad.
I thought he went out for concussion. So that's a good.
Let's see here. Yeah,
Just
except for his
acquired
head
news. It's
injury.
told.
That's all we know. We don't know anything else.
I think he's in. I think he's in the protocol. Yeah.
Yeah, with concussion. He'll
Interesting.
be back. He'll be back.
Yeah.
I just acquired Nico and sold Barkley. Yeah. So right here, Luke traded Barkley
Flipped it the
for
other way.
Nico.
Yeah.
Not in this. Not in our work league. This is a dynasty league, which I like that.
Yeah. I like that because Barkley's, the Giants defense. Sorry, Jonah. The Giants are also another bad team who are being found out this year.
And I think the best of Barkley is over to me.
Yeah. And again, as we mentioned about running back, yeah,
Actually, with Bryce Young at the helm, Adam Thielen has been balling this year. With every
he
year,
had a
Adam
good game
Thielen
long.
is in
Yeah,
the top 15 wide receiver.
rolling back the years. Rolling back the years.
What's that, Gary?
He's been rolling back the years now, isn't he? He's back to his Minnesota heyday. He's
Yeah.
scoring points. He's a safety blanket. He balled out this week as well. I'm surprised, yes, but not surprised if that makes sense.
Yeah, Thielen's performed every year. I think last year he's had a little bit of a down year. But, yeah, he's the number 9 wide receiver right now at 33 years old. Wow.
Yeah.
So
And if you look at you look at the Panthers and you got Mingo's coming through, rookie. You've got a lot of Chart is there, but he's a frustrating player, is DJ Chark. And then you got Thielen, who's your safety blanket. He's always going to be. He's like a Cooper Cup, right? He's not going to be flashy. He's not going to be speedy. He's not going to burn you, but he's always going to be open. He's always going to find the soft side. He's always going to be a safety blanket for a rookie QB. I'm not in the least bit surprised that he's doing well. And long may it continue if you've got him.
And, I like the guy. I'm proud that he's up there. I like the guy. He's a good guy. So would you start him every week?
I mean, be wide receiver 3 every week if it.
Yeah, it's certainly good enough for a wide receiver 3. Certainly. Yeah, or especially one of the flex spots, right?
If you've got a flex spot, yeah, you've got to put him in.
Who do we have next? Logan Thomas, number 6. I think he's going to be higher this.
I think he's going to higher. He had a big week.
Yeah, I think he's going to be higher this week than he was. Let's see, where is he this week? He dropped down a little bit. Looks like he is the number 11 tight end.
It's because George Kittle had a week.
Oh God,
a couple of tight ends.
Wow.
Couple of tight ends had a good week. That's why. So it's not surprising that he's gone south.
Yeah.
After a couple of big tight end weeks.
So, do you believe Logan Thomas being back and injury free and starting every week as tight end 1? You'd be comfortable with that?
I prefer Laporta, but that's just me. I'm just really high on him. That's why.
What about Pitts or Thomas? Pitts or Thomas?
Oh God, no. Thomas.
Yeah.
Pitts is you just stay away from Pitts after last year.
Oh my gosh.
Have to stay away from Pitts. I mean, and Atlanta have got 2 stud running backs. You don't want to touch any receiving tight end in Atlanta because all they're going to do is feed the running backs the ball. You're not going to go and get Bijan Robinson and have Tyler Algier and not give them the ball,
Mm.
right? And they're a run first team, so you don't want to be wasting time. If you can get Thomas over Pitts, I'd take Thomas because Sam Howell loves his tight ends, and safety blanket. The guy's back. He's a big body, and get Thomas.
Yeah, I have a lot of Pitts, and I have this one guy in another league. He every week he rails against Pitts, but he won't take anything but a top 5 first round pick for him, and I don't know why. But I'm not giving that.
But the thing is, Pitts should be that. He should be.
Yeah,
But he's not.
he's not.
And he should be that. That's the kind of pick you should be getting for that guy because he's a freak of an athlete. He should be way up there, but he's just either in the wrong team. He's just not got the connection with the QB. Don't know what it is, but he's a big
Something's
disappointment, big
not
bust.
in there. And with the run first offense, tight ends usually fare fairly well. Yeah, I think Johnny might be right. Maybe it's the wrong QB, but Ridder had a good week this week. We'll see how the Falcons do.
He's not lost at home for 4 years, I think the stat was. He didn't lose at home at college. He hasn't lost at home as a starting QB for the Falcons. Can't play away from Atlanta.
I love stories like that. Yeah. So go Ridder. All right.